Bible that people use a lot for parenting, and I think it's misused. It's Proverbs 22:6. You remember what it says? Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he won't depart from that training. I like it. But the word train up is a Hebrew word. And that word is only used 4 times in the whole Bible. That's it. And the word when it's used before it is the taste or the hunger for something. So that's really happening in that verse. What they're really saying is if you as a parent, how you live your life, what you say to your children, if you create in them a hunger, a desire, a hunger to know the God that you know, that hunger to know him will drive him or her all the days of their life. And they may make a mistake, they may do some really bad things, fall away for a while, who knows? But that hunger to know the God that you knew, how they watched you love that God, where you were, drives them back to know God himself. Isn't that what it was? It's hard for me as I grow up. I want my children to know, your dad, I'm not perfect. I have a lot of mistakes. I do a lot of things, I make mistakes. But I do love Jesus Christ. And I do worship him, and I do serve him. Watch how your dad does that. Watch how your dad loves God, how he follows God. That's really important to me. Okay, let's go to your notes. Okay, let's go to 3. We're going to look at some things that are important. Influencing your family, like walking with Christ, doing a magic trick, physics. Okay, it's not rocket science. It's not. It really isn't. It's not rocket. It's choices that you make and how you spend your time. So, it's choices you make and how you spend your time. This is absolutely crucial. If somebody calls you a scholar, you're a scholar of Arabic, you're a scholar of Hebrew, you're a scholar of math, you're a scholar of English, you're a scholar of history, what are they saying about you? Yeah, you're a scholar. You know that subject well. You've studied it. You know it well, right? Anybody here know what the word scholar means, literally? It's Italian. Really, it's Latin, really. The word Italian, the word scholar is the word schola, S-C-H-O-L-A, in Latin. What it really means, it means free time. It's free time. So what does it tell you about a scholar? To be a scholar, you have to do what? Invest your free time in what? And that subject matter. And you'll be a scholar of that subject. So, to be a scholar of my children, what must I do? And this time, this stuff, you know them well. Are all children the same? No. Remember my first child, Josh? If I said, stop, Josh, that's it, he would cry. Immediately. I probably spanked him twice in his lifetime. Ty, probably twice a day, his whole life. I mean, he would even go, I did it, Dad, did you? Oh, son, wow. They're different personalities. I cannot raise them exactly the same way. Certain principles, yes, definitely, but not exactly. They're just different kids. So I have to study my kids. You don't have much time, do you? When your child hits grade school, you have 6 years. They're going to be a youth. Then you have 6 more years and then they're gone. And if you've ever done this before, you know what I'm going to say to you. Have you ever brought your child to go to college? And you drive to college, you get the room all set for them, and then you leave. You're driving, you kind of wait by them, and you take off. And when I brought my son to SFA, he's a teacher now over in Dallas area, loves teaching deeply. When I dropped them off, we're waving by. I remember tears came out. You know what I thought about then? He's going to come home at Thanksgiving. He'll still be my son. He'll still love me. And I'll still love him. But he will have changed. He'll have grown up. He won't be the same Josh anymore. It'll be a different relationship. That's a good thing. But still, I'm going, oh, wow. I realized then, did I give him the preparation he needs to be a man? I prepare him for life, for loving people, for knowing the Lord, for walking with God. What did I do? Okay. So, number 3, image your family. It's not physics. My undergrad is microbiology and biochemistry. I had a lot of physics. That's nothing. Walking with God is not that hard. It's not. And same with your family. So where do you start? Okay? I'm going to give you today 5 things that help you. They're all biblically based, okay? But they're all research-based too. And I hope this will help in some way, and I'm just going to challenge all I can. Number 4, this is big. The key to influencing, all my beliefs, the key to influencing your family really is your walk with God. I'm not sure if I'm acting on this. I get too close. I want to walk around so much. It's hard to keep my mind going on that. Okay. Is your walk with God. Now, this is not that I mean that. Here's why. Okay, I wrote down some verses for you. I don't think any other way. Go into the Old Testament. There's a very unique verse that I love deeply. Okay? And it's found in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It's familiar. It's the most memorized verse in the book of Proverbs. If you know it, say the last word with me. Trust star is 30 trillion miles apart. What does that mean? I mean, I can't even grasp that. It's above my mind. If you could have a spaceship that can go 5 miles a second, which none exist at all, but if we could, and you launched a spaceship from our sun, our star, the sun, and went to the next star from us, which is Alpha Centauri, okay, 30 trillion miles away, and you're going 5 miles a second, it would take you, ready for this, right at 204,000 acres to get there. And guess what? You get the first star. You got 100 billion of the billion to go through. And God's going, I understood its existence. In your mother's womb, according to Psalm 39, I formed you. My husband says to me, where would I go for wisdom for my family but to him? So I was going to say, this